Stormgame. Hello everyone. We're watching msrm, a ladder menace, an up-and-coming top celestial player. Sick of winning as Infernal, he's starting to bully everyone on the ladder with Argents and Vectors and things like that. And in the top right we have KR B.O.B, a fantastic Vanguard player with his own ideas on how to play. He's got two guys on gas, rallying in the third one, then he'll overcharge. Probably? No overcharge. Okay, he's keeping overcharge. Interesting. Interesting. He's also got 200 resources, so he could build his barracks, but he hasn't chosen to yet. Okay, now he's overcharging and building the barracks with 2 workers. msrm with his chamber first, queuing up 3 Argents, surging them across the map. Mech Bay coming out. Argents running across, and the Arkship is also going across the map, suggesting it's not going to be an array follow-up, although it still can be. You can rally a Morph Core here in array. But it suggests that he's going to be more aggressive. He's kind of walking his way over here. Okay, Argent comes in, starts pecking at the overcharged workers. Hedgehog is on his way. Habitat is being built with the guy that's getting shot, which is a little bit unfortunate. Do start to repair this guy. A dog comes out. Workers need to get back to mining. Hedgehog popping out. msrm saying, okay, I respect your hedgehog opener. I shall leave. He's shooting his own Morph Core so that he gets energy on his Argents, and when that Morph Core becomes a building, it will have full health anyway. KR B.O.B running across the map. Doesn't probably know. Maybe he saw it with the dogs and chose to ignore it, but he's running across the map with his 2 units. Seeing what's up. He sees no array. And I think he just about saw that Argent with the Howl there, so he's going to go and try and get some nice damage on that before the other Argents catch up to defend it. He sees all the other Argents already there, so he gets a couple of shots in there, a couple of pecks in. Do have a Therium Purifier with that Morph Core that was injured. Starting to mine the Therium, and we're just producing Argents off of 1 base. 1 Argent gets caught out, a couple of free pecks in from the Hedgehogs again. Going to the health camp. Obviously these units are much faster than the Argents, so even if the Argents are chasing them, you'll be able to sit in the health camp for just a short while. 1 dog gets peeled off here. Seeing what's up. Oh, a prism being produced from this main array going all the way across the map to this Therium. 1 dog goes up to the high ground, gets Record. And what do we have at home? More Hedgehog. It looks almost like we've stopped making workers. Yeah, we did. We had 2 worker charges banked up, and now we are supply blocked. It's one problem with making dogs, is that obviously you're getting a lot more supply in units. So you're going to need more habitats than you're used to.
Dimensional rift detected.
msrm now making his first Vector over here, and probably getting a second Starforge. He's got 2 guys on gas there. 1 Argent gets picked off at the rally, so that's a nice play from KR B.O.B, is to say, okay, well I know where your 1 chamber is and you don't have the prime feature anymore, so the only way it can get across the map and start bothering me is if it walks across, and I'm just going to be there ready for it. So once again, just sat there by the rally point. Second Starforge comes in, so we do have Vector Argent. Turns around there, says I don't want any trouble. Oh goodness, this is kind of an awkward way to engage. Focus firing the Argents down, ignoring the Vector altogether. Dogs are helping out, not really tanking too much except for just then. And yeah, actually, surprisingly that worked much better than I thought. I would have thought you'd go for the Vectors there, but instead we went for the Argents. We do get more damage done to the Argents because they're heavy, of course, and we have scouted. The msrm is mining Therium in the corner of the map. KR B.O.B is not too surprised by this because he's thinking, well, you're making Vectors, you're getting Therium somewhere. You might as well be in this corner of the map where there's a double Therium. And we now go back to our original plan of catching rallying units. So once again, getting a free Argent there. These units are being, invited into the main, saying, do you want to come in and push into my main? The answer is yes. Units trying to return to where the action will be. Turret does go up, but these 2 hedgehogs are kind of stranded. Get target fired down, one hedgehog goes down. Looks like we're keeping this as a sentry post so it can shoo away this morph core. And probably will put one worker in here to start repairing the hedgehogs and dogs. Biolab is being multi-built with 5 workers. msrm thinking about what looks like an array. A Vulcan is out, so we have tier 2 for KR B.O.B. A Vulcan is out, and he says, well, I'm going to siege my hedgehogs, because if you run in here against a Vulcan, you're going to take quite a lot of damage. One vector goes down for the trouble. Vector's going to blink out, but the Argent is stranded. Do we try and stun him? No, the hedgehogs will just catch that. Okay, nice. So denying the array there, which is what it looked like it would be from msrm. 3 morph cores being produced. What are they going to get up to? I don't know. And we are still just on the 1 array from msrm, so nothing crazy. It's basically just a full 1 base economy for both players. 2 prisms, even though it's a double gas, there's just 2 prisms here. That amounts to about 8 workers on Therium, and everyone has 1 Luminate. Okay, another 2 barracks are being added on here. The mech bay is idle. Don't have the resources to do what we want. msrm actually has 550 Therium. He stopped making vectors. He's getting an array with his... You know, it's a small amounts of economy, so even trying to get another array is quite painful. And the array is over here, tucked around here, so on the one hand it's quite easy, like if you're running around the map a lot, you might just accidentally bump into this array and kill it. But for something like a Vulcan, it's quite hard to get up here. I imagine you can shoot it from the high ground maybe, but that's where msrm is defending most. So he's got this area locked down. It's just like if you have 5 hedgehogs running around the map, they can find this array and punish it. Stormgate appears on top of msrm's army, which is very convenient. And here come the medtechs. They have Nanoswarm 1. Nanoswarm is cast. Another Nanoswarm is cast. And of course, this is a death sentence. As soon as that Nanoswarm is on the vector, you can guarantee it's going to die. So free trade there, energy for units. Very nice. And going to be casting Nanoswarm on any vectors we see. There's another one. So medtech going down there to cast that Nanoswarm. Another 2 Nanoswarms being used. 1 to heal the Vulcan. Still a Vulcan here, just with his gun all heated up, ready to mow down more vectors. And Argents. As I say, once the Vulcan is warmed up, it's pretty good against Argents. And actually pushing msrm back. msrm tries to get a natural up, but apparently this is a 1 base will die situation. Because as soon as he spent money on something that wasn't units, he fell behind in units enough to get hard punished. Where did all of these Argents come from? We're now 5 Argents here. We've switched into Exos, and we still have our Vulcan as like a lockdown, as an anchor. Don't really want to hang around that Vulcan too much, especially if there's a Nanoswarm about. And yeah, msrm trying to make vectors again, but there is still that 1 Vulcan, there is still Nanoswarm. Looks like a checkmate situation. We're making 3 X's at a time now. And now that we've seen more vectors, maybe we'll be thinking about a couple more medtechs, but GG is called, and there it is. As I say, it feels like expanding here was unavailable. Like, it just wasn't an option to expand. As soon as msrm put money into something that wasn't units, he just gets washed over by Nanoswarm. Which is just a really good addition, right? Like, even though you're on 1 base, the energy regeneration acts as a kind of economy, right? Like, as time passes, you represent dead vectors on each medtech. You get 2 Nanoswarms in each medtech, suddenly that's 4, and have 2 medtechs, that's 4 dead vectors, right? You're growing in an unconventional way. You've got that energy economy going on. And then just the switch into the Exos, which was cool as well. Looks like the Exos did have the upgrade. Yeah. Nice, cool play. So it looks like the moral of the story is it's back to 1 base Vanguard. Do not expand if the opponent is proxying vectors on your side of the map. And if they expand, or you just sense that you can get some Nanoswarms off, you go and do that. Yeah, pretty cool play. I'll be sure to try this out against msrm on the ladder. I'm sure this isn't the last Celestial Argent Intervector game that he's going to play. And that's all for me. Like and subscribe, like and submit. I will see you guys next time.